First steps to take to find overseas work. Mabuhay. Welcome to our channel. Do you want to work abroad? Do you want to be part of many OFWs considered as modern-day heroes? Before making the first moves to apply for a job overseas, you have to be mentally and emotionally prepared. Your answers to the following questions will allow you to assess your readiness. What are my goals in applying for jobs? What qualifications in terms of education, skills and experience do I have? What can I give in exchange for the job I desire? Am I fully committed to accomplish the work when I get hired? Am I truly prepared physically and emotionally for the overseas work? Am I prepared for whatever eventuality in the course of working abroad? When your answers to these questions are in consonance with your desire to work abroad, then you can proceed with applying for the job. The next step is to survey the job market and apply for applicable jobs that match your qualifications. How to survey job market. While the data of OFW distribution by occupations and country of work give us an idea of the common work of OFWs and the countries they are in, these are historical data. They may have been true in the recent past, but they may not be at present. Be sure to check where the job you are interested in are in high demand. From the sources of information on job opportunities abroad such as online job listings, POEA listings and recruiter listings, understand the demand situation. How many OFWs are needed for those listed job vacancies? When the job openings are high, you will have a greater chance of being selected compared to when there are only a limited number of jobs available. Remember that there are far more applicants than there are available jobs. The ratio of job openings to the number of applicants is 1 to hundreds. For one job position, you compete with probably hundreds of other interested and qualified applicants. Of course, when the job openings are high, the ratio improves and the competition field is less stiff. You can opt to apply for job openings that need many or several workers to fill. Your chances to get hired are easier. If you feel you are more competitive and you really want a job regardless of the number of your competitor applicants, you should exert your best effort to outshine your peers. Show yourself as the most deserving candidate through your resume and the ensuing interviews. What particular jobs are in demand in other countries? For many applicants, the first criterion to consider in choosing which country to apply for overseas jobs is the high demand for the job in that country. It is indeed an important consideration to have a better chance of being hired. That criterion alone is not enough to be able to make a wise decision, however. Other factors have to be considered. The following set of selection criteria are used by circumspect Filipino applicants for overseas work in choosing their country of destination. Country has high demand for jobs. Particularly for the job applicant desires. Jobs in the country are high-paying. This must be coupled with reasonable cost of living for better capability for maximum saving by the OFW. Peaceful environment. Conducive to work and relatively safe to go about with one's daily life. Proximity to the Philippines. This is a practical consideration. Being near to the OFW's country can have economic benefits to the individual and his family. The worker can more regularly visit his family or the OFW's family can visit him, at a lower cost. Country presents growth opportunities to OFWs. This is especially true for professionals and technical workers who seek both career development and professional growth. Countries with more leading technologies are also good places for advanced technical learning. Ease of travel to the country. This may be the least important of the criteria, although some OFWs give it some thought. No visa requirements will facilitate visits by family, while strict visa requirements and other restrictions will hinder family visits to the OFW. Many OFWs who have completed their work contracts chose to pursue their careers in the countries they worked in. After finding permanent employment in those countries, they apply for permanent residency and in many cases, citizenship. Others who file for foreign citizenship also elect to retain their Filipino citizenship, as dual citizens. Most of them are joined by their families in residing and settling down in the new countries. This is the major reason why we have a total of over 10.2 million overseas Filipinos. 22% of them are currently classified as OFWs. Caliber listed the top 10 countries of preference by Filipinos, including OFWs, to live in and the reasons for their choices. The most common occupations of Filipino workers for those countries are also described. 1. Singapore. This ASEAN country is one of the closest countries to the Philippines. The flight to Singapore from Manila is only about 3 hours and 45 minutes. Filipinos, especially OFWs, love Singapore for the opportunities for career progress it provides them, stable economy, safety, high wages and high demand for jobs. The occupations with high demand in Singapore are software engineers, accountants, nurses, bank staff, technicians, caregivers and domestic helpers. Be forewarned though that Singapore follows a very strict hiring procedure. It is almost impossible to apply for jobs in Singapore on a tourist visa. 2. New Zealand. New Zealand is a progressive, quiet and peaceful country. It ranks first among the countries expats prefer to live in the Experience League table of the HSBC Expat Explorer report. More than 75% of expats interviewed say that their quality of life overall is much better moving to New Zealand. Most of these expats became more physically active due to the country's environment, which favors outdoor lifestyle and the sporting culture. There are about 40,000 overseas Filipinos in New Zealand. This is a small number compared to the other countries OFWs work in. Most of the OFWs in New Zealand are construction workers and laborers. 3. Canada. 75% of Filipino expats considers the welcoming environment for foreign residents in Canada as the number one reason for wanting to live there. Many chose to settle down in that country for better quality of life for their families. It also allows permanent residence to OFWs after only 1 year of continuous employment in that country. It makes it convenient for migrating families to start up and settle down. There are over 800,000 Filipinos in Canada either as permanent residents or temporary workers. The most common jobs OFWs are in are nurses, computer and software engineers, welders, accountants, and machinists. 4. Australia. For expats living abroad for the first time, Australia is their best choice. It has great climate, relaxing environment, laid-back style of life and friendly people. Australia also has a strong economy and world-class education and health systems. It is second home to more than 200,000 Filipinos and almost 40,000 OFWs. Its open policy on migration and skilled workers and growing mining sector allows for Filipinos to work there as engineers and technicians, nurses, doctors, and other skilled workers. 5. Saudi Arabia. Close to 1 million overseas Filipinos live in Saudi Arabia, the largest concentration of OFWs in the world. Filipino OFWs enjoy strong contractual benefits and lower cost of living, which are associated with the strong economic position of the country. Saudi Arabia is the top destination of OFWs who work as nurses, doctors, domestic helpers, engineers, automotive workers, construction workers, and skilled professionals in petroleum, telecommunications and transportation industries. 6. United Arab Emirates. This Middle East country has a thriving economy, the main reason it is able to offer generous employment packages and career advancements to many workers. The cost of living is relatively higher in UAE, but this is more than compensated by high wages and other accommodation benefits. Lots of job openings for Filipinos are available in UAE, especially in Dubai. This includes customer representatives, domestic helpers, baristas, call center agents and IT personnel. 7. Qatar. It is one of the richest countries in the Middle East due to its oil and gas fields operations. Its labor shortage provides OFWs plenty of job opportunities. OFWs in Qatar currently number 260,000. They work as caregivers, domestic helpers and laborers in oil and gas, and CAD operators. 8. Hong Kong. This Chinese territory with a special economic status has a strong capitalist economy and healthy business environment that makes it appealing to OFWs and expats alike. It is considered as the place to work in for career progression opportunities. Hong Kong is only 2 hours and 25 minutes away from the Philippines by plane. About 150,000 OFWs, mostly female domestic helpers, work in Hong Kong. The other occupations of Filipinos are civil engineers, architects, IT professionals, accountants, dentists, and professional services such as finance and law. 9. Taiwan. According to the International Monetary Fund, Taiwan is the country with the sixth largest foreign exchange reserves in the world, 461 billion United States dollars as of December 2018. It makes them ranked higher than Hong Kong, South Korea and Singapore among Asian countries. Only China, number 1, and Japan, number 2, are the Asian countries ranked higher than Taiwan. Expats and OFWs love Taiwan for its safety, culture, lifestyle and opportunities for career growth. The country is well known to hire Filipino production workers, factory workers, machine operators and skilled technicians for the electronics and electrical companies. Vacancies for domestic helpers and caregivers also exist. 10. United Kingdom. It is one of the world's largest economies and the third largest in Europe behind Germany and France. London, the capital, is the world's largest financial center. Many Filipino residents of the United Kingdom started as OFWs. The allure of the country and its systems caused them to eventually live there permanently. UK's economy and public healthcare, which provides free services to all permanent residents, are what attract many OFWs to settle there with their families. UK needs manpower from migrant workers in healthcare such as nurses, caregivers, doctors and dentists. There are also demands for workers in other fields like construction managers, civil and chemical engineers, geologists, teachers and social workers. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel, like and share the video, click the notification button to get notifications for future uploads. Join us on Facebook, Instagram and other social media. Links in the description box below. Salamat.